Have you ever wondered when a superweapon that the US spent billions of dollars and 16 years developing still couldn't master is now being quietly deployed by China right at the doorstep of the battlefield? Who will ultimately emerge victorious in this race for dominance on the future battlefield? If you're a military enthusiast, your social media feed has likely been flooded with a particular photo over the past few days. On March the 18th, a photo of the world's first combat-ready land-based electromagnetic railgun prototype, independently developed by China, appeared online, sparking global attention. The unveiling of this weapon is more than just a simple technical demonstration. It signifies that China has consecutively overcome three major technical hurdles in the field of electromagnetic weapons, hurdles that even the United States has failed to clear, transforming a weapon that once existed only in science fiction movies into real-world battlefield equipment. Step by step, many military enthusiasts are already familiar with electromagnetic railguns. They require no gunpowder, relying entirely on the Lorentz force generated by an electromagnetic field to accelerate projectiles to extremely high speeds. Compared to traditional artillery, electromagnetic railguns have a longer range, greater destructive power, and faster reaction times. In theory, they could become the core weapon in future naval warfare, air defense, and even missile defense systems. The challenge, however, lies in the extremely arduous path from theory to actual combat deployment. The United States was the first country to recognize the potential of electromagnetic railguns. Since 2005, the U.S. Navy has invested massive funds to vigorously advance their development. However, in 2021, the U.S. Department of Defense officially announced the suspension of the project. The prototype was mothballed, and related technical documents were archived. This outcome caused quite a stir among U.S. military enthusiasts. Why did the U.S. abandon the project? The core reasons lie in three technical challenges, each of which was sufficient to bring the project to a standstill. The first challenge is the miniaturization of the power system and cooling system. The instantaneous power required for a single electromagnetic railgun firing is staggering, necessitating massive energy storage equipment to supply the electricity. Simultaneously, the firing process generates enormous heat, requiring a dedicated cooling system to ensure the equipment operates normally. Combined, these two systems are quite substantial in both size and weight. The U.S. originally planned to install the electromagnetic railgun on the new generation Zumwalt-class destroyers. However, even this destroyer, designed with ample space for advanced technology, would require extensive structural modifications to the hull just to barely accommodate the equipment. This meant that from the very beginning, the U.S. electromagnetic railgun faced the awkward predicament of having a gun, but no ship, making it impossible to deploy rapidly on existing naval platforms. The second challenge is the service life of the gun barrel. Electromagnetic projectiles exit the barrel at extremely high speeds, subjecting the rail and electrodes to immense mechanical stress and high-temperature ablation during this process. During testing, the service life of the barrel on U.S. electromagnetic cannon prototypes has been extremely limited. Typically, the rail must be replaced after just 12 to 24 firings. In contrast, the barrel life of conventional artillery can reach 600 rounds or more. This disparity is fatal, as no military force would accept a weapon that requires replacement of its core components after firing only a few dozen rounds in a real battlefield environment. The third challenge is system integration and electromagnetic shielding. When operating, an electromagnetic railgun generates intense electromagnetic radiation. If not effectively shielded, this radiation can severely interfere with electronic equipment on the vessel, such as radar, communication systems, and fire control systems, and may even cause the entire combat system to fail. Although the U.S. military invested substantial resources in attempting to resolve this issue during the development process, it failed to produce a mature and reliable solution by the time the project was shelved. Just as the U.S. electromagnetic railgun project hit a dead end, completely different news emerged from China. Based on currently available public information, the electromagnetic railgun developed by China has successfully overcome the three technical hurdles mentioned above. In terms of miniaturization, China's R&D team has adopted a hybrid energy storage technology that combines ultra-high-rate lithium iron phosphate batteries with pulsed capacitor energy storage. This combination ensures massive instantaneous power output while effectively reducing the size of the energy storage system. More importantly, the system can be directly integrated without requiring major modifications to existing naval platforms, thereby clearing the biggest obstacle to the rapid operational deployment of electromagnetic cannons. Regarding barrel lifespan, China has also provided an effective solution through the use of new materials technology, coupled with an AI diagnostic system. The electromagnetic cannon's continuous firing capability has been significantly enhanced. According to reports, This electromagnetic cannon can fire continuously 120 times without damaging the barrel, and its overall service life can even exceed 1,500 rounds, a figure that far surpasses the performance of U.S. military prototypes, and enables the electromagnetic cannon to meet the requirements for sustained firepower in modern naval warfare. In terms of electromagnetic shielding and system integration, China's R&D team has also achieved substantial breakthroughs. The issue of electromagnetic radiation has been successfully resolved. The electromagnetic cannon does not interfere with other electronic equipment on the vessel during operation and can seamlessly integrate with the ship's combat systems to deliver full combat effectiveness. In terms of performance parameters, this electromagnetic railgun achieves an initial velocity of Mach 8, nearly 2,720 meters per second, with a range of up to 300 kilometers. What do these figures signify? They surpass the 177-kilometer range of the U.S. military's original prototype, and far exceed it in terms of velocity. An initial velocity of Mach 8 endows it with immense tactical value across multiple domains, including air defense, missile defense, anti-ship operations, and even ground strikes, particularly in air defense operations. Traditional air defense weapons have very limited capabilities to intercept hypersonic targets. In contrast, the electromagnetic railgun, leveraging its extremely high initial velocity, can react to incoming targets in a matter of milliseconds and even possesses the potential to intercept hypersonic weapons. The emergence of this weapon has reshaped the global air defense landscape. For decades, the United States has relied on its powerful aircraft carrier strike groups and advanced air defense systems to maintain absolute maritime superiority worldwide. However, the advent of the electromagnetic railgun has posed a substantial challenge to this advantage. Reports indicate that upon learning of China's breakthrough in electromagnetic railgun technology, the White House urgently convened an internal meeting to discuss the implications of this technological advancement, and even began re-evaluating whether to restart the U.S.'s own electromagnetic railgun program. However, the reality is that the U.S. has faced a technological gap in this field for several years, making it extremely difficult to catch up in the short term. Currently, in addition to China and the United States, countries such as Russia, the United Kingdom, and Japan are also conducting R&D on electromagnetic railguns. However, judging by technical progress, China has taken the lead in this field. This is no coincidence. China's strategic planning for electromagnetic railgun projects began many years ago. By concentrating the nation's top scientific and research talent and persistently tackling key challenges in energy storage technology, materials science, and system integration, China has ultimately achieved this breakthrough. From laboratory prototypes to combat-ready weapons capable of sustained firing, China has demonstrated through concrete actions its R&D capabilities in the realm of next-generation weaponry. As one of the core technologies on future battlefields, the technical proficiency of electromagnetic railguns directly determines a nation's influence in future conflicts. China's breakthrough has not only enhanced its own defense capabilities, but also reshaped the global balance of military power. Of course, China's original intent in developing the electromagnetic railgun was not to pursue military hegemony, but to enhance its defensive capabilities and safeguard national sovereignty and territorial integrity. This fundamentally differs from the development philosophies of certain other nations. As the technology continues to mature, the operational deployment of the electromagnetic railgun should not be far off. It will become a vital component of national defense and provide new insights for the development of global military technology.